worrying, Jeff, but we still have hope, and I'm glad that we are discussing this early in the year. It's better that we discuss now. We see what we can control before it is late. This country belongs to all of us, and we should not allow a few people to destroy this country. Yeah. So I still believe there is hope, and it's good we are doing it now than later.
Archbishop, when a politician uses hate speech and then apologizes the next day, is it real? Is it legitimate? Is it fair?
Thank you, Jeff. Whatever comes out of our mouth, very hard to take it back. And whatever we have said in public, it is very, very hard to take it back. An apology may not answer. So what we really need is action, change of heart, change of attitude. And I think we need to formalize a way in which every one of us must be accountable because of what we say. The tongue is a very small organ in the body, but can be very, very destructive. But we can still use the same tongue to completely destroy, and we cannot recover. Yeah. So we must be very, very careful as a society, as a nation. What do we do with people who uses their tongues to incite or to cause mayhem?
So, Archbishop, let me ask you that question. Let me throw that right back to you. What do we do with these people? What do we do?
I think, to me, we need to find a way in which wrong is punished severely, and a way in which we make it very painful. Heavy fines, jail terms, or even barring somebody from getting an opportunity to run if they are known to be warmongers, because they will not be helping this nation.
Sheikh Ibrahim, I don't think there's any politician who's been convicted of hate speech. I think there was a young lady a while back who was convicted for using abusive language. Yes, but no politician has been convicted.
And that is exactly the problem that we have in this country. This country does not suffer from lack of laws, Jeff. We have very good laws in place. The problem is implementation of those laws. And even when they are implemented selectively. As the Archbishop said here, I think we need to take action, punish people in accordance with the law, let them be a lesson to the others. And this idea of some big fish and some small fish, I think it's the high time now we decide there's nobody who is higher than the laws. Nobody is above the laws. Let us strike it now, and let us show them that the law does not select, doesn't matter who you are. Let it be a lesson to the others. Jeff, we are bringing up young people. Our political leaders are supposed to be the role models. What kind of role models are they to our young people? So it's the high time we implement the law. The Constitution is very clear about the limits on freedom of speech. You have the freedom to say what you want, but it does not extend to propaganda and warmongering and the rest. So that's what we need to do. Implement the laws without caring who it is. No one is above the law, Jeff.
And yet it seems, Reverend Doctor, that the NCIC and the DPP, they seem like, for lack of a better phrase, toothless bulldogs. For lack of a better phrase.
Yeah, there has been a lot of passing of the buck when it comes to implementation of the law in this country. Just before, actually, what we are talking about that happened just a few days ago, the NCIC and I don't remember which other organ, they came out and they said that problem lies in the judiciary. That we get these people, we take them to court, they are released, and then the cases never proceed. And it is true, some of the cases of last elections are still in court. So you find that when people know that there's nothing that is going to happen, then there's impunity. They can do whatever they want because utadu, like the young people would say. But if there was real sanctions that are put on these people, especially barring them from standing, and these are things that are already in the law, like Sheikh says, that can be implemented. The IBC is there, the NCIC is there, and the DPP is there. These are things that we can do, and we say, because you said this, and because you did this, unfortunately, we can't clear you to stand in this election. Let them go to court and let their case be the one to run till next elections. Yeah.
Archbishop, we were interviewing Danvers McCory. He's a commissioner with NCIC the other day on Hot 96, right? I was shocked when he said this country hasn't even reconciled itself since 2007.
Yes.
That's going on 14, 15 years. We have not.
Yes.
No, we haven't.
Shocking.
I think it is not just about reconciliation. I think Kenyans forget very quickly. I was in Kericho, I was Bishop of Kericho in 2007. I participated in evacuating families in a place called Mutaragon in Kipkelion and Londiani, and you can see the devastation. I was also coming to evacuate Kalenjin and Luo families from Nakuru back to Kericho as a bishop who must be responsible of what is happening. So I was evacuating both sides, the Kikuyus on the other side and the Kalenjins and Luos on the other side, to take to safer grounds. I will not want to imagine that we can take ourselves back there again. You could see those days lorries full of goods and people and house wire, or people migrating to their so-called original homes, while Kenya is Kenya for all of us, and every part of Kenya, as enshrined in the Constitution, we have a right to live everywhere. So when you see that happen, and that mass movement of people, and we are loose again with our tongues, that we can easily put ourselves back into that space, it is something that is horrible. It is abhorring. We did not want to get ourselves there. I think we must do something about it so that we can't take Kenya back to where it was 2007.
Absolutely. Sheikh Ibrahim, I see you're nodding your head.
Yes. I think, Jeff, we need to learn lessons from the past and also from our neighbors. Rwanda is not far from us. And what happened in Rwanda is not long ago. And just started with utterances, careless use of our tongue. That is what happened. Jeff, if we compare ourselves to Rwanda sometimes, you fear what might happen. God protect us. There are only 2 ethnic communities in Rwanda. You can imagine how many ethnicities we are in this country. So if we allow people to forget what happened to us in 2007 and go out there making careless utterances, I think then this is very dangerous. So we need to learn lessons from our past so that we say never again. We said never again. But Jeff, I'm afraid, unless we arrest the situation, it's like we've forgotten what happened to us and we're going back there. And that's why we as religious leaders should not allow that to happen. At one time, they were using the spaces within the religious institutions. Thank God, and we thank also our bishops, like our religious leaders like the Archbishop here. That space at least was shrunk for the politicians. But now they're using that space outside there. We should not allow them. And that's why I'm glad you've called us here so that we can tell them we are following you into that space. That space is not also free for you because the country does not belong to you. We don't want to go back there again. But Jeff, it's not enough just to look at the politicians. Sometimes I look at the Kenyans who act as cheerleaders there. And the politicians like being cheered at. I think it's the high time also as Kenyans we say, you stand there and speak nonsense, we'll walk away from your meeting. Maybe they will come to their senses. And I'm glad you called this, let us reason. We need to reason. And we need to reason in every space that we are using.
Absolutely. I agree, Sheikh. Reverend Doctor, let me ask you this. Look, despite the hate speech, look at the campaigns, like the Sheikh said. Look at the campaigns, the bitterness, the anger. People are so charged.
Yeah.
What is it about us? What is it? And like the Archbishop said, we forget so easily.
Yeah, I think it is, I think we have said that in this space before, that we have overrated politics in this country as a people. We have overrated politics. So the politician has become almost like a god to us. so that when the politician does anything, we are ready to excuse it. We are ready to let it go, just like we are saying. For example, the Eldoret rally, which sparked this debate. Looking at the news,